It's Mardi Gras in Mobile. Welcome everyone to WALA Channel 10's special live coverage of Mardi Gras 1988. Today's coverage is brought to you by Lindley's Home Furnishings. At Lindley's, we save you money. And now your Mardi Gras hosts, Bob Grip and Dot Moore.
Hi everyone, I'm Bob Grip along with Dot Moore, and we're here to bring you all the fun and excitement of Mardi Gras 1988. In just a few minutes, we're going to see the Order of Athena parade roll through the streets of Mobile. Then at 1 o'clock, we'll have the Knights of Revelry, followed by the King, the Comic Cowboys, of course, and then at 3 o'clock, our Channel 10 live coverage continues with coverage of the Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association parade. So we have a full day of Mardi Gras fun here on Channel 10.
And we finish off tonight with the double OMs, the last parade of the season.
That's a traditional one.
Oh, yes.
We couldn't have asked for a better day than we had today.
Oh, and Bob, we've really earned this day. We've had everything this time. We've had snow and heat and cold and rain and sleet.
But today it's nice, beautiful blue skies, maybe about 60-degree temperatures, light wind. It'll be just perfect. Just
beautiful.
Perfect.
It really is. And the people have lined up, since around 10 o'clock this morning, waiting for the parades to start.
Right. We drove in about 9:30 this morning, and already the traffic was starting to back up on Government Street. Things were starting to inch along little by little, and now you can hear the crowds and all the excitement and all the fun along Government Street.
I noticed on Broad Street families with the ice coolers and little kids running around. They were already parked at 10:15, ready.
And I noticed a lot of the little kids are coming equipped with boxes,
yes,
plastic bags. They want to catch as many moon pies and many trinkets and coins that they can get.
And have you noticed how many people are opening umbrellas and holding them upside down? It's a great idea.
All these little Mardi Gras tricks that come along through the years. You're right. Michelle Meredith is with us today, this morning also. She's on Government Street right now. Michelle, how are things going down on the street?
Bob and Dot, first, happy Mardi Gras to you and happy Mardi Gras to everyone watching. As you mentioned, it's a beautiful day and things are going very well down here. They're expecting a big crowd. And also, as you mentioned, the crowds have been out very, very early today. When I drove into work about 9:30, there were some tailgate parties into full swing already. We've got one lady over here, Bonnie Hicks. Bonnie, you have been here probably earlier than most of us. How long?
This morning.
You've been here since 6 o'clock this morning? Why?
Well, the parking is sometimes bad, and I wanted to park across over there so I could be close to the car, and this is a good place to be. We always stay here every year. Stand right here by the TV.
Well, I see that you have, mapped out your territory. You've got a blanket. You're ready to go. You seem like you're serious about Mardi Gras. Why?
We love it. We love it. We've been out for a few years when my husband was in the service, and when we come back, we haven't missed a one since.
I was going to say some people go on vacation during Mardi Gras just to avoid the crowds, but not you.
No, this is what Automobile's about. We really love it. We really do.
Very well put, I have to tell you, Bonnie. Well, we're expecting big crowds out here, and hopefully we'll have a lot of fun. I know I will, and everyone else here will, too. It looks like a very well-mannered crowd. So back to you, Bob and Dot. We'll keep you posted on this crowd.
All right, keep an eye on it, Michelle.
Sounds good down there, huh?
Looks like she has 6 o'clock in the morning to come down and wait for the parade. That's a long wait.
Oh, I know.
That's a real Mardi Gras lover.
I should say so, and they pack everything they can in the car to have the whole day, because most of them stay for the parade that night.
That's right. Bring the
it's
sandwiches
not really worth
and the
it
Cokes.
going home, you know.
No, because everything that comes pretty rapidly this morning, especially.
Yeah, it really does, Bob. I mean, you think, well, we have all day, but once everything gets rolling, it just gets in the momentum that we can't stop, which is the greatest part of the day. It's so exciting for Fat Tuesday.
That's right. Plus, between the parades, there's the Family Fun Day over at Fort Conde.
Right.
Nothing to do between the parades. You don't have to worry about that at all.
That's a great place for the family and for visitors to the city that have little ones with them.
That's right, that's right.
Is.
As we all know, there have been parades nightly through downtown Mobile, and Dot, you've been covering all of those parades for the News 10 today. That's been a lot of fun. Here are some highlights from last night's parade, the Infant Mystics.
And here's our first theme float, Carnival, the Butterfly of Winter. There's the colorful butterfly with outstretched wings pulling a carriage with a masked clown holding the reins. And the maskers are all dressed in blue and white striped costumes. Up next, the LaFleur High School Marching Band. This unit points up what is probably the oldest Mardi Gras celebration. Here we see a Roman warrior taking command on the rear of the unit, and bunches of grapes, and there's also a very large wine pitcher there to spike up the celebration. And all of the maskers are dressed as Roman citizens in gold and red as they throw treats to the crowds. The French celebrate Mardi Gras too, and they begin with a ruffled clown, and he's rotating all over there on the front of the float, and what a beautiful float this one is. It features a large head of a bull that is apparently parading through streets adorned with wreaths and swords, while French flags stream down the sides of the float. And now we're all invited to an English interpretation of Mardi Gras, the English pancake supper. Notice that big platter of pancakes dripping with syrup, and there's the chef who prepared them, and British flags serving as a background for it all.
We're going to have more of the I Am Parade in just a few minutes. I've noticed that the floats have gotten more and more sophisticated every year that we've been here.
As a matter of fact, last evening, someone on the street approached me and said exactly the same thing that used to live here, really. He said, I can tell the difference, so I can't believe it. They're just gorgeous. Well, they're more embellished than they were, of course, say 5 or 6 or 10 years ago. Right.
That's a credit to a lot of the float creators, Webb Odom and George Criminale, and his father before that.
Right.
There's a long-standing tradition of that. I think our floats hold up pretty good to New Orleans Mardi Gras.
I think so, too. And as you said, they've updated them every year. That's true. I used to go, years ago when we did the parades, we just picked them up again for those who remember it. 7 years ago we used to do them and stopped it. When you go over in the warehouse and watch these designers, you are just amazed at the creativity that goes on sketch-wise, and then it goes into the building of the float.
And it's such a long-term process. They just don't start a month ago and put all these floats together.
Right. Well, they start right after the parade almost, getting a concept up here, you know, before they put it on paper. I think it's a marvelous way to have self-expression and to share things with the crowds. It just delights everybody.
That's right. They've done a gorgeous job, just gorgeous. Let's, the parade will be coming down Church Street in just a few minutes on its way through downtown Mobile, and then we'll bring you all the fun and excitement of the Order of Athena parade. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
It's Mardi Gras in Mobile. Welcome back to WALA Channel 10's special live coverage of Mardi Gras 1988.
And you can see some of the parade floats coming down Church Street right now. The Order of Athena parade really kicked off right on time from down around the Municipal Auditorium. They wind their way through the streets, going down Church Street, and then they're going to head right around downtown, go up by Bienville Square, and then come right in front of the TV10 studios, and we'll give you a close-up look at all the terrific floats that are going to be around.
Oh, we certainly will. You know, Bob, I'm not used to this bright sun. We've had so much sleet, rain, snow, and I'm going to put on my dark glasses to be comfortable.
We're on a terrific perch here on top of the Channel 10 studios.
Yes, we're on top of everything,
so
believe
we can
me.
see everything coming by. It's just terrific. Michelle Meredith is down on the street with all the people who are enjoying Mardi Gras today. Michelle?
We're enjoying it. The weather's great. A big part of Mardi Gras has to be the vendors we see patrolling up and down the streets. I'm standing next to one right here. His name is Tyler, and he is parked right in front of our station. Where are you from, Tyler?
Sarasota.
Why do you come to Mobile to sell peddle your plastic crayons and balloons?
Somebody's got to do it.
You could go to New Orleans.
Well, Mobile's a little bit closer. It's a little bit less on the gas, I guess. Sarasota, Florida, I guess.
How many vendors do you think are in Mobile right now?
I don't know. You'd have to guess. I guess you just have to count the corners. I don't know. As many corners, I guess. There's a vendor for each one of them.
Do you people
stuck on this one?
This is a good corner. Do you make a pretty good living doing this?
It gets by. I mean, they ain't no Rockefeller or anything, but it's all right. I guess. Every day, I guess. I don't know. It's all right.
Is it fun or is it dangerous or?
It's dangerous after night. After nightfall, it's dangerous. It gets pretty dangerous because everybody thinks you took in all these millions of dollars and all. They want to try to rob you or something. But after nightfall, it gets a little dangerous.
Overall, how do you find the crowds in Mobile? Are they friendly or how are they?
Average.
Well,
I couldn't tell you when there's friendly because so many people go by, you know. There's a lot of rude ones, there's a lot of nice ones. It's all averages out.
well, thank you, Tyler. I hope you have a good day. Not an average day, a good day here in Mobile. Back to you, Bob and Dot.
All right, thank you very much, Michelle. I think we've got a better than average crowd and a better than average day out here today.
I do too, Bob. And I was just thinking about something new, tradition in Mobile that just started last year, and that is the official Mardi Gras flag that the City Council sanctioned, and it's on sale now for those people who want to fly it from their home.
That's right.
And that's another flag that Mobile's under now.
That's
I
right.
think it's great.
The YWCA is selling that flag to help its latchkey program for children who get out of school and don't have any place to go. They don't want to go home to an empty house, so YWCA is very nice to operate that and fund it.
You know, I was thinking back through the years that TV10 has covered Mardi Gras, and of course I've been here for many of them. I don't want to say how many, but a whole lot. Anyway, you know, at first I think it was a well-kept secret, really, as much as 15 years ago. Now I have the feeling that it's just getting larger and larger in concept to people outside of our environment. And I think that's very healthy.
That's right. It's a very friendly kind of Mardi Gras. It really is. You know.
Sure is.
As we showed you just a couple of minutes ago, the Infant Mystics rolled through the streets of Mobile last night. Dot was there, and now we have more highlights of last night's parade.
And we are back with the Infant Mystics in their 120th anniversary parade. So let's continue our celebration of Carnival, past and present. Here we go. The Venetian Masquerade next in view, and this is a beautiful combination of colors here as we see a gondola plying its way through waters filled with laughing masks. And notice the ornate bridge over the canal on the rear of this unit and the maskers dancing about as gondoliers. This is the South Macon County High School Band. This float is a tribute to a celebration of the islands. This is the Haiti Calypso Carnival, and there's a huge tropical bird on the rear spreading his wings the entire length of the float, and masks and tropical vegetation, and notice the birds are all there, while the maskers are dressed as birds, and they add to the entire atmosphere of the carnival. Always wanted to go to a carnival in Rio? Well, here's your opportunity, courtesy of the Infant Mystics. A Brazilian celebration in gorgeous colors on this unit with flares lighting up the corners and a Brazilian sombrero resting on ruffles. And look at those maskers dressed in elaborate costumes and sombreros. Tampa's Gasparilla Invasion, a well-known celebration in Tampa, and there's the figure of Jose Gaspar himself looming over the float from the rear and surveying a treasure chest and a parrot. The maskers are all dressed as pirates, but in this instance they're giving treasures instead of taking them. Next up is the Cajun Carnival, Carnival in the Swamp. It's portrayed here with a large swamp frog sporting a glittering crown and a mask riding right up on the front, while the maskers are all wearing traditional crew costumes with colorful capes and beautiful plumed headpieces as they enjoy the Cajun Carnival in the swamps. Well, the grand finale is a salute to the Port City's Mardi Gras, Mobile, Mother of Mystics, and what a beautiful display we see here with revolving masks commanding the center of the unit and an explosion of masks and hats and champagne. There's serpentine and balloons all about. A trumpeter at the rear proclaims, Mobile, Mother of Mystics. What an exciting parade it's been as we've seen the Mardi Gras spirit celebrated around the world.
been just a terrific parade.
Oh, yes, we got a little peep through before you got to see it when it passes our studios here. You know, I was thinking the Athena parade that we're waiting for right now to pass by our cameras is the first and the only all-women's organization to do a day parade.
That's right,
Yeah.
it sure is. Let's take a look at the parade right now as it goes down Church Street. It's also beginning to wind its way around Royal Street as well as it makes its way to the TV10 studios. We're going to bring you more of the excitement of Mardi Gras 1988 in just a few minutes, so stay with us.
It's Mardi Gras in Mobile. Welcome back to WALA Channel 10's special live coverage of Mardi Gras 1988.
You know, the people continue to crowd the streets along Government Street, Church Street, Royal Streets, all over downtown Mobile, waiting for the Order of Athena parade to roll by and toss all those trinkets and moon pies and things like that.
Indeed, and from our vantage point on the roof here at TV10, we can see the parade going down Royal Street right now. It will be long before it rounds the corner and passes by our cameras out
That's
front.
right. There are helicopters flying overhead. We can hear them now. Coast Guard's taking a good look at the parade, an aerial view of that.
And the police department have a siren going to add to all of the excitement at the same time. Bob, I was thinking, sitting up here and looking around, there is not one tiny cloud in the sky.
It's the kind of weather we like for Mardi Gras.
Crystal clear.
You know, there are lots of people along the streets where there are some people who couldn't get out. I know Mrs.
Oh,
Emma Jones
yes.
is watching us from Cathedral Place right now. I'd like to welcome her. I'd like to welcome all the people who are watching us here on TV. It's too bad you didn't get a chance to come downtown, but I'm glad you're with us here on TV10.
Oh, I'm glad they're out there, or there'd be no point in us being up here, would there?
That's right. You know, one of the highlights of this past weekend was the coronation of King Felix III and his lovely queen. That was Saturday night. Our Debra Becker was there and tells us it was a night for royalty.
Moments before the coronation, the royal court practiced, and James Young Reese tried to get over the jitters. James, how does it feel to be king?
Oh, that's a tough question. I mean, because like today, you know, riding around the city in the limo and the cops in front of the car, it was something special. And I mean, it's hard. You can't describe it.
And what about you, Jeanette Goodyear Smith? What's it like to be the Mardi Gras queen?
It's exciting and whimsical.
Jeanette's mother was Mardi Gras queen 26 years ago.
It's really a thrill of a lifetime because I'm getting to relive it all again through the eyes of my daughter.
Our new King Felix III entered waving his sparkling scepter. He said it was like living a fantasy to be king for a year with no responsibilities. The king was followed by the Queen's court and finally by Jeanette. Felix, the monarch of mirth and joy, placed the crown on her head, and Jeanette became the empress of charm and beauty. When it's all over, reality begins to set in. Our fancy clothes go back in the closet or to the rental shop. The 24-year-old king, he becomes a salesman, and our 19-year-old queen goes back to studying art history and interior design at the University of Alabama. It's the closest we'll ever come to Cinderella. Debra Becker, News 10.
All right, thank you very much, Deborah. The Order of Athena parade is really literally just around the corner from us now.
Yes, indeed. I see the cop on his motorcycle just ready to bring them into view.
They're in their Harley Davidsons, ready to go down Government Street, make sure everybody is on the other side of the barricades.
Right.
There they are. You can see them on your screen right now. They're waiting right at the corner of South Conception Street and Government Street, waiting for the rest of the parade to catch up. We're going to have lots of bands, lots of floats. The Order of Athena is 34 years old. It was founded back in 1954, and as you mentioned earlier, Dot, it's the only all-women's day parade
Yes.
in Mobile. Of course, we have the Order of Polka Dots a lot earlier in Mardi Gras. of course.
Right, and you know, Bob, this year they have the theme of the finer things, and it's quite unusual. The president of the organization and her husband have traveled extensively, and they're going to bring out some of the finer things about some of the places they've visited, and that's unusual.
Now, take a look at all the thousands and thousands of people lining the streets.
Yes.
That is terrific. Of course,
Oh,
you
it
see a
is.
couple of people trying to go across the road.
Yeah, and of course, this is just one section of the people. I mean, they're all over town, around Bienville Square, Broad Street, Dauphin Street, wherever.
Things have gotten a lot more orderly since they put up all the crowd control barriers.
Oh,
too.
haven't
It keeps
they?
people from getting run over by the floats and things like that. You can probably hear the police trying to come by. They're making sure that all the people stay on the sidewalk side of the barriers rather than the street signs, because these bands go marching through and somebody's playing a trombone. They can't see somebody 3 feet ahead of them, might knock them over. So.
That's right. As you said, the barriers really have created a clean look to the parade because you don't have people spilling out all over the street. It's dangerous for the public. It really is, and for the participants in the parade.
That's true. Have you ever had the chance to ride on any of the floats, Dot?
No, I haven't. I've had the opportunity, but somehow doing the parades at night, I never did. The two organizations that I belong to, mystic organizations, do not parade.
It looks like it would be an awful lot of fun.
Have you?
No.
You
I've been
haven't?
the MC of the Mystic Stripers ball.
Oh, that must
this
have been
Mardi Gras.
fun.
That was an awful lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. But I've never had the chance to ride on a float, and I think it would be an awful lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it would be too. I really do. And somehow when you put a mask and a costume on, whatever you're doing, you just become another person and you're free. And I think it must be a great feeling to
right.
throw
You can act
goodies.
a little crazy. I think
Yeah,
that's,
sure.
that's a
And
nice
you can
thing.
give all those good things to people.
Right. And here comes the parade. I can see it coming around the corner right now.
Yes.
Looks like Sheriff's posse is leading the way. As usual, we see them just about every night here in all the nighttime Mardi Gras parades.
That's right. You know, I think it's wonderful how the bands hold up for these parades. Now, even though I've been narrating parades every night, that's a bit of a schedule, but think about those kids walking, marching, and playing music night after night, day after day. I think it's remarkable.
That's right, and especially some of the parades, or some of the bands today, will parade in more than one parade.
That's right.
They're going to march
That's right.
all day long. Here you can see some of the marshals leading the Order of Athena parade on horseback. Got some beautiful horses and some beautiful costumes as well. Look at the red plumes.
Ooh, aren't they pretty?
On those helmets, and the horses have their own sets of plumes.
They have to work hard, Bob, to make it look good in a day parade as opposed to night. They don't have the advantage of the glistening under the lights.
That's true.
Yeah, but they really do it.
Have the color guard marching through as well. Leading us to our very first band that'll be rounding the corner. It's the Calhoun High School Band from Leetahachie, Alabama. That's a town southwest of Montgomery. The Marching Tigers coming around the corner have only been together really for 3 years, so they don't have a lot of tradition behind them, but they're starting to build one right now. There are 45 band members, as you can see, marching down the street. They're from grades 10, 11, and 12. They have brand new uniforms this year, light blue and looks like navy blue. Look real good on camera. The band director is Aaron McGee. It's his first year as the band director for the Calhoun High School Band from Leetahachie. They were in the Alabama State University Homecoming Parade and the Montgomery Christmas Parade last year. I heard some people, Dot, say that they wish the bands would play more rather than just march and play the drums. They want to hear some music.
Yes, right. Well, I guess they have to have a little period when they don't do anything but just boom, boom the drums, you know.
Get all tuckered out.
That's right. Now, right behind this parade, we can see coming into view of our cameras right now the traditional emblem float, which features Athena herself riding in the golden chariot, being pulled by serpents. Now, you know, Athena is the goddess of war, and she's bearing her shield and war helmet here. And she's also known as the protector of those she loves. And there we see Athena and her guards and officers in bright red and gold costumes. A beautiful way to start the parade.
It's a very ornate float.
Yes. And Athena is throwing trinkets to the crowd, and she's pretty well adorned with beads herself.
Doing a good job.
Yeah.
I think some of these, the maskers, I think, takes practice all year to try to take special aim to hit us up here. We'll have to see if they reach us this year.
Oh, look at that. People catching them real fast out there.
They're having a good time. And here come more members of the Sheriff's posse. Looks like Sheriff Tom Purvis leading the way,
Yes.
going down the middle of Government Street. The crowd's really beginning to pick up.
Oh, I love to hear them when they're shouting like that, especially when I'm up here and they're down there. Oh.
Look at those horses. Those are really beautiful,
yes.
horses.
You know, for many years, all of the floats were drawn by mule teams in Mardi Gras.
Still, Folly, I think, is drawn by a mule team.
Yes,
is that
it
correct?
is. There are a few floats still that are. And now the Abbot Temple Nomads are coming into view, and they're kind of what you might term a cut-up or a clown of the Abbot Temple.
Sure, here in Mobile, of course.
And they love to make public appearances such as this parade and add to the fun.
That's right, and they take part in so many good causes, helping children's
don't they,
hospitals.
though?
and things
Yes.
like that. They are really a terrific organization. And now the posse is waiting for an opportunity to move along as the band is in front of them. They can't move until the band moves.
You know, it's remarkable about the horses. Of course, I know they get used to the parade. Oh, in view now, Bob, look, this is our float number 2, and this is the Children, Godsons, and Friends. That's featuring the bright red car in the front and the little red schoolhouse. The riders are all dressed in blue and gold costumes because the red and blue farmer costumes blend in, and Little League baseball players out in the field. The Godsons, well, they're the ones that hit all the home runs
Right.
in the ball games. And the farmers, they're termed the friends of the world. And they are definitely finer things in our world, as Athena's point that up today.
All right, there's even a scoreboard on there. It looks like it says
Yes.
Fair Hope and Foley. It's a score for you.
And a silver windshield on the car there. Oh, those maskers are having a good time. They're keeping time to the beat of the drum there.
That's right, they're unloading lots and lots of beads and all sorts of trinkets.
Right. You know, I've heard some of the people say that in a daytime parade, the great advantage is you can really see faces distinctly and communicate. And I guess that's true.
Following that float, the Robinson School of Dance and the Marching Robinettes. They're beautiful red costumes. They even brought along a couple of drummers to keep time.
Look at the little ones.
That's right. Twirling their batons, they're doing a pretty good job. Coming right after them is our second float.
Yes, it's a good old USA where dreams of places and people come true. And this float in red, white, and blue rides Aunt and Uncle Sam, Bob. Not just Uncle Sam, he has Aunt Sam with him. Just how about that? And Alabama's part of this great country, of course, where the Iron Bowl is significant as the Civil War. So, the good old USA.
That's terrific.
There's Uncle Sam's hat, red, white, and blue with the stars. Of course, Alabama's also the home of the Jaguar, where dreams of Superdomes and basketball championships come true.
Hope those dreams come true one day.
Oh, yeah. The crowd's going crazy over this one.
They like Uncle Sam.
They must be throwing something extra special from the good old USA. Oh, look at the horses on the Hillenbrooks wagon. I love them. Aren't they beautiful? Their manes are so pretty.
They're gigantic horses. They must be at least 6 feet tall, I bet.
Yeah. Okay, now.
It's our fourth float, correct?
Uh-huh. And now we see Passion in Puerto Vallarta. That is the Passion, the land of the matador, Mexican dancers and peasant girls. Isn't that pretty? That's the land of the siesta, by the way, and the beautiful beaches and waterfalls. The riders are all in bright pinks and blues and greens and aquas. You can certainly is pointing up a colorful country, and I love the horse too on that float. Yeah, how about that? He doesn't have to do a thing but just stand still and ride.
Like they're having a terrific time.
Yes, indeed. There's the Keystone Cops, and behind them comes a trip to Paris. Who hasn't wanted a trip to Paris? And this may be the best I'll ever get to see the Eiffel Tower.
You can see the Eiffel Tower right there.
The stage is set for the Can-Can girls in bright pinks and greens and oranges, and Paris, of course, is home of the Eiffel Tower, the Seine River, and the Mona Lisa. The maskers are all Foreign Legion members and some French artists on that float. That is really a pretty float.
It is.
Look at those colors. Yes, it's great.
Even look like they have some special spotlights on that float too.
Yeah, and I was noticing the lady up front, the masker up front, has a little stand for her beads, like you would at home. They're all lined up where she just has to pull them off.
That's an organized.
Yeah, that's an organized lady. Is that it?
This is the Central High School marching band from Hayneville, Alabama. They're in Lowndes County near Montgomery. There are 600 students at the school, 80 band members, 8 flag girls, 5 majorettes. Head majorette is Akila Grant. She's an 11th grader. The band director is Mr. Henry Pugh. He's been there at Central High School in Hayneville for 13 years. And this is the band's 9th year to come to Mardi Gras in Mobile, and we welcome them.
Aha, now we can take a Caribbean or a Caribbean, take your pick, a cruise.
I'll take either one.
Yeah, I would too. And we can kind of dream of crystal blue Bahama waters while you're cruising the moon's path, and then coming back to your boat as it is on this float. And the riders are all dressed in red and blue calypso costumes, and there are a lot of sailors on that float. That's very to accompany the calypso dancers. What else? Palm trees. Bob, that is really a pretty float. It has a lot of purple shades and oranges and beige and green.
That's right. Of course, we have a lot of female sailors in town, too, aboard the USS Shenandoah down at the foot of Government Street.
Oh, yes.
That ship will be open for tours all day. We're getting a real close-up look at all the maskers right now.
Yeah. Well, you know, the people are dressed pretty colorfully themselves. If you just look at that crowd, you'll see all kinds of pretty colors.
Here's the Autaugaville High School Marching Band from Autaugaville, Alabama. That's near Montgomery in Autauga County. 300 students in the school, 60 band members marching down Government Street. The band name is the Pride of Eagle Land. Drum major is Andrell Duramis. Band director is Charles Cooper. He's been the director there at Autaugaville for 18 years. This is the 4th consecutive year the band is come for Mardi Gras.
Oh, well, Bob, you know, the Athenas say that Fantasyland in Oregon is someplace that we should travel to, where you can ride the river in a jet boat and see the only Indian chief in Oregon. He's the only one Indian chief, and he's surrounded by lots of Indian maidens. Well, how about that? One chief and many maidens. He has a pretty good life.
That's right.
I would say. Fantasy in Oregon.
Look at all the bags of trinkets they have.
Yes.
Here's our 8th float, the Mardi Gras float.
Yes, that's definitely one of the finer things in life. You'll agree to that, won't you?
Oh.
And this float is paying tribute to Mardi Gras in Mobile, of course, with the Maids of Jubilee, Polka Dots, and Conde Cavaliers have their night of celebration. Mardi Gras in Mobile on Fat Tuesday, winding up the season.
Following that, it's the South Macon High School marching band from Roba, Alabama, near Tuskegee. There are 572 students in the school, grades kindergarten through 12, 85 band members. They have 6 majorettes. Drum majors are Thomas Smith and Rayson Battle. They're both juniors. The band name is Marching Wolverines. Roger Rudolph is the band director. He's a 1972 graduate, by the way, of Williamson High School here in Mobile. He's in his 4th year as the band director at South Macon High School. And this is the band's 2nd trip to Mobile for Mardi Gras. Right after the band is the final float of the Order of Athena Parade.
Yes, I would say the president of the Athena has really traveled extensively. This time she went to Canada, the land of enrichment, where the north wind blows over the frozen land. And there we see in delicate pastels some ice skaters and some polar bears and some penguins, all in Canada. One of the finer things in the country and the world. Beautiful ice blue.
They can keep all that ice and snow up north, as far as I'm concerned.
I'd like to see it on a float, but that's about it. I noticed the old north wind on there. See his face there? He's blowing out the cold weather.
We felt the north wind the past couple of weeks, but I'm glad it's gone today.
Yes, indeed. We've had our share of it for the deep south, that's for sure.
I'm glad the snow is gone that we had a couple of weekends ago.
Indeed. Well, you know, we really lucked out because we only had one organization, the Order of Inca, that had to reschedule from I believe it was a Friday night or Saturday to Monday. And it could have been worse.
That's right.
That's for sure.
That is the final float of the Order of Athena Parade. The fire engine is following close behind to show the end of this parade for right now. We'll be back with more Mardi Gras Fun 1988 when we come back. Well, the Order of Athena Parade is going by, and we have to give it, I think, a grade A, don't you think, Don?
I think so, and that's the very first parade that we will see today, but by no means the last parade, as we sit up above the street so high here
That's
on
right.
top
We're
of
in
the
a safe
building.
place.
Yes. It's kind of nice not to have to dodge all of those things
That's
like
right.
last year.
But I'll bet you Michelle Meredith had to dodge a few moon pies. And
I bet she will, too.
She's down on Government Street right now. Michelle?
I'm a little upset. That parade went by. I didn't catch one beat. Maybe next time. But Mardi Gras is fun for everyone in Mobile, and especially for the people who come to Mobile for Mardi Gras. I've got a dynamic trio next to me here. Yeah. Dynamic trio from Atlanta, Georgia. Well, why are you here?
We're here for Mardi Gras. We came just for that specific reason, just down here for Mardi Gras.
Are you having fun?
Yeah, we're having a blast. We got in here about 1:30 this morning, slept in the car and everything, just for Mardi Gras.
That's great. Is it what you expected?
Yeah, this is my second time, and he marched in Mardi Gras in New Orleans. This is his first time
being here.
Yeah? Is that what you expected?
Very much so. I love it.
You look like you're having fun. Well, that's great. Always good to see people having a good time at Mardi Gras, and that's what it's all about. So, back to you, Bob and Dot, for more fun.
All right, you have a good time down there, Michelle. Of course, we're going to come back with more Mardi Gras 1988 about 1 o'clock or so. The Nights of Revelry will be by, and then you'll see King Felix III on his special float.
Right.
And then the special humor of the Comic Cowboys will be by.
Very special. We've seen the sketches, and you're going to enjoy them this year. We'll say maybe a few words, not a lot. They speak for themselves on the Comic Cowboys.
Right, so we'll be back right about 1 o'clock. Hope you join us then. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 1.
See ya.
Channel 10's Mardi Gras coverage has been brought to you by Lindley's Home Furnishings. At Lindley's, we save you money.
Happy Mardi Gras from Channel 10.